I don't know why that was off. That was so weird. Now you should be able to hear me. Thanks, Vinny. Let's see. Ooh. Now I have him saying no sound. Perfect. So, yes, now you should be able to hear me. Just let me know, though. Let me know if you can hear me now. You should be able to. Is it good? I think so. Okay. Party face microphone. That tells me that it's working. That's a good sign. Thanks, Vinny. You're a lifesaver. I need a ding. So before I say anything else, first off, welcome to my live stream. We're going to be talking about the Bitcoin market. We're going to talk about what's going on. We're going to be looking for some volatile trading pairs using the Better Crypto Scanner, and also showing you how to find alerts for the Better Crypto Scanner super volatile tokens on multiple, well, actually all of the exchanges. So before we get there, though, I have to do the fun stuff. So I have to cut the music. And now we're going to do the disclaimer. This content is intended to be used and must be used for informational purposes only. It's very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. The Better Traders is not a broker-dealer. We are not an investment advisor. We have no access to non-public information about publicly traded companies or cryptocurrencies. And this is not a place for the giving or receiving of financial advice, advice concerning investment decisions, or tax or legal advice. The value of investments and the income derived from them can go down as well as up. Investors may not get back the amount they invested, and past performance is not a guide to future performance. All right, now that that's working and everything seems to be okay, we can turn the music back on. There we go, it's working, good. So I hope that everybody is doing well. This tool is just too fun. I can't help but I don't know about you. I like text, so I think stuff like this is fun, except it's not showing the emoji. It's just showing the text. So that's what I get, but it's better than anything. So anyway, it's good to see everybody here. I hope that you guys are staying well and staying healthy. I just want to remind you that if you are new to my YouTube channel, please consider subscribing. And even if not, I would love it if you just go ahead and like the videos, especially the live streams. I do live streams every week at this time, which for me is 11 a.m. on Thursday in Japan. But for people like in New York on the East Coast of North America, this is about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. So if you like checking up on the crypto markets with me and just want to hang out, or you have questions about AB trading and things like that, or want to learn more about what's happening in the market real time, please go ahead and set a reminder for yourself so that way you'll be notified for the next live stream. Great. So I am going to go ahead and just jump right into our charts. There's a lot of important stuff to pay attention to, and it can be scary right now, especially considering the fact that there's a lot of uncertainty in the market with what Russia is trying to do and basically successfully doing. So now that sanctions are coming into play and things are going to get dirty real fast, expect the market to react negatively. I've been talking about this for weeks and weeks in the Better Traders Club. I'm not going to get into that too much here, but I've been talking about this. They've been warned that things are volatile, that things can get a little bit crazy in the market. So because of that, we need to treat this market as if there's a lot of volatility, meaning that we need to take our profits early. So this is something that I address in our courses, that it's really important to understand the market sentiment before you just jump into a trade. In a bearish market, you want to make sure to take profits early. In a bullish market, you can let your profits ride. You can accumulate tokens and sell them up at a higher price. We are not in that kind of market situation right now. And that does not take a genius to explain to anybody. There's a lot of volatility, meaning that there's a lot of risk, and a risk off market, basically what we're seeing now, means that tech stocks will sell off, which is why PayPal has been dumping into hell, and crypto and Bitcoin has been suffering as well. It doesn't mean that you can't make money in this market, not at all, but it's something that you have to keep in mind. So I just want to make sure that that's clear here. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. The last couple of live streams, I've been talking about what I see and what I'm expecting and what I'm waiting for. So the biggest thing that I'm watching right now is RSI on the daily. So we had a peak here on February 9th, and then another peak here on February 15th. And it actually reset. I have this green and this red line. These are the lines that I watch. You don't have to use these lines, but these work really well for me. So when we're up above red, this is overbought. And if we're down in the green, that's oversold. So why I have this trend line here is pretty self-explanatory to me, but maybe you don't see it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you here. The reason why I have this trend line here is the same reason why this trend line was here as well. It's because when these trend lines get broken, this is where things start to break down. I don't know why these things have moved. That's weird. So when RSI starts to weaken, that's signaling the end of the trend. Now, RSI started weakening in January when Bitcoin was at 39K, and it went all the way up another 60%. So remember that this is the daily time frame. It's not time to freak out when the RSI starts to weaken on the daily time frame, but it is important to monitor. One thing that was really weird to me, specifically about the RSI, is that I had a really hard time identifying a recent time where Bitcoin went from being super overbought to super oversold in 12 days. Typically, it's a slow grind down for RSI weakening. But you can see here, this one up here took 15 days and it didn't even, or 14 days, and it didn't even reach that level. This has just been a quick shot down. It was pretty surprising. Even going back here to the Corona crash in March 2020, I mean, it's nothing close to what we have. The only closest thing I can find is this back here in October, but this, again, it took 22 days. So comparing all this market action before to where we are now, you can see that the markets are really erratic, and it's a scary market to be in right now. No duh. I didn't have to tell you that. So again, when we know that the market is scared, we need to make sure that we're taking profits early. Now, I do want to say that just because the market is scared and things look bearish doesn't mean that you can't make money. If anything, with A/B trading, you can still make money. And even with DCA bots, you can still make money. I had a couple of deals close last night. I didn't even plan on doing this, but I had a couple of deals close yesterday where there are some really good gains. Let me see if I can pull up my 3Commas account and I'll show you. It's all about how you do this. It's all about how you're trading. Because if you're just trading and you are hoping, like, that's not trading. Trading is you're using a set strategy to make a profit. That's really what it is. So just to give you a case in point right here, going back to my browser to show you 3Commas. So yeah, I mean, I'm making profits, bull or bear market. In the last, let's see, end. So this is yesterday, or today. So in the last couple of days, you know, I've made about $2,000+ with my bots. And that's because I'm following a set strategy. It's because I know how to use bots, and it's because I'm trusting my DCA strategy in the same way that an A/B trader is going to trust their strategy. So that way they know how to trade, A/B trade specifically in a bear market. They know that if they're going to be using aftershock pumps, fat finger fishing, channel trading, they know what to do because it's all laid out in the courses. And if you can follow that and stay not restricted to it, but follow those guidelines, the market really doesn't matter. It's just it's not trying, it's changing your approach to profit taking. That's the big shift that most people don't get. The other thing I want to say before I talk any more about the charts is that we're going to be so tempted, even myself, to get excited at any little reversal. That shows you how bad the sentiment is, right? I took a long position, a smaller long position, when we got a TBD signal on the 22nd. So for me, that's 2 days ago. So it was signaling a bottom, basically at this time when Bitcoin was at 37,000. So of course it's since corrected, but I still took this signal and I made like a little 4%, which is good. I mean, it's better than nothing. So if we go to the hourly time frame, so back here about this time, like 37 something. So it was a good little trade. And now I've since been closed out of that trade in profit. And the reason why I'm closed out in profit is because I've had to change my trading strategy to fit the market that we're in. So nothing is stopping you from making profits as long as you have a proven trading strategy that you know works, and you need to adjust your short-term expectations of what you're going to do with those profits. Okay. So I see your question, Satronaut. So let's go ahead and just do that now. I can pop it up here on the screen. Pop. So if you have a whole lot of Bitcoin, but nothing else, is it okay to bot trade BTC pairs? You're going to want to be really cautious about that, just because when Bitcoin starts to move in a positive direction, typically alts can't keep up at all. So that would mean that if Bitcoin is moving at a rate faster than your altcoin is for recovery, it's not going to bode well for your bot positions. Now, I do have BTC pairs. You saw on my screen from my bots, I do have a couple of BTC pairs that are running, but they're running in such a way that I'm making sure that I have enough funds to rescue them if they do drop, which has happened, and I have exited out in profit. So yes, you can use BTC, but you want to be sparing about it. You don't want to go all in. You want to make sure that you are using just a percentage of your funds. So that way, if and when the market dumps again, you'll be able to bail that deal out. Or if that altcoin cannot keep up with Bitcoin, you want to make sure that you're able to DCA again. So that way you're averaging down your buy price. So that way you can exit at a lower price from which you entered originally. So let me go ahead and talk about some lines and some fun stuff on the charts. So where we are right now, I'm going to pop this open. So it was interesting because yesterday when I posted an update in the live stream chat channel, it was a pretty big, not a pretty big post, but it was just a lot. And one of the things that I posted was this chart showing all of our trend lines and what's important to pay attention to. So now that we've covered that, it's really tempting, and I was calling it. It's really tempting to call this a bump and run. And a bump and run, simply put, is we're focusing on this thick red dotted line. So when the price bounces off like this and it hits it and bounces, we're expecting to do something like this. Now, it's unlikely, but boy, would it be amazing. The one thing that I do see a sign of strength in regards to our trend lines right now is that even without the TBO, right now we're still on this trend line. We're still doing okay. I don't like that the trend line's getting weaker and weaker. I know you don't either. But the one thing that's nice about this is that we aren't going as low as we did on the 22nd. Our low is 36,350 on this day. Our low today so far is 36,638. So we're up a little bit higher, which is good. If we can make consistently higher lows, that's bullish. So on the 4-hour time frame, let's talk about other things that are bullish. Let me go ahead and delete that line and highlight the RSI. So the RSI is actually showing signs of strength. You can see it here. It's moving up. It's broken below the trend line, but I'm not worried about it too much right now, to be honest. So it's moving up in a general direction. So even if I want to reset that, it's still going up while the price is moving down. This is bullish divergence. This is great. So this is showing us that there's strength in the market, even though the price isn't showing it yet. Another thing that I can see super clear here on the 4-hour time frame is that volume is in fact growing. If I go ahead and I need to change this. Here we go. On the 4-hour time frame, volume is growing. So I can see that in the direction of the moving average here for our volume. That alone is a great sign too, because that's showing that there's more buying and selling happening. You'll note that all of my volume columns here are gray. That's on purpose just because the default setting for red and green, it's only that way because it's matched to each candle. So this would be a green column, this would be a red column, but that really doesn't reflect the buying and selling happening in this 4-hour period. Therefore, I just go with gray because you know what? Gray goes with anything. Can't resist. Sorry. So, looking back at our trend lines, the first obvious point of resistance that we're going to have is obviously here, this line. And this line is right there at 39600. The reason why we have resistance there is because the chart tells the story. Our support here on this epic drop, 39,650, as you can see here at the L for the low. Back here, that's the low for this period on the 21st of September. Wait a second, 21st of September? Anyone else? Anyone else, really? 21st day of September? I never thought about that before, right? Isn't that the lyric from Earth, Wind, and Fire? Maybe it's wrong. Maybe it's just my mind right now, but I mean, please tell me in the chat if it is the 21st day in September. Somebody can Google it for me while I'm busy. So anyway, the reason why I'm expecting a lot of resistance at this price is because of these 2 points, this one and this one. Therefore, because we had super strong support here and it was broken, now we have super strong resistance because what was once support, when broken, becomes resistance. So we've had it flipping over and over on this 40K, this number, whatever. I will tell you now that $40,000 is going to be it's going to be a tricky number to break above. Not just because we're bearish, but because it's a round number. Psychologically speaking, when people see round numbers, they typically gravitate toward them. Most people would not, if given a choice out of any number between a range of 3,000 and 4,000, most people will say 4,000 or 3,000 or like 3,500 or 3,600. Like there's more zeros. Most people wouldn't say, well, 3,175.28576, right? That's not going to happen because that's not natural for us. It's way easier for our brains to go 40,000. Like it's easier. So therefore, we're going to have more resistance at 40,000. And I'm sorry to anybody that has a speech impediment that does talk like that. So anyway, so the 40,000 mark is going to be tricky. So it's going to be a spot where it's going to be difficult for Bitcoin to break above. The best part about what I see right now. Crypt Crazy. Thank you. It is the 21st night of September. Bazoom. Awesome. That's fantastic. I do not know how I didn't get that before. Okay. So the good thing that I shared in the club, and I'll show you this image real quick, just because it would be amazing if it happens. It's highly unlikely, but it would be amazing. So I shared this in the Better Traders Club private server, which I'll talk about in a minute. But if we can see something like this with a higher lows happening, and then if we can break out, and I was hoping that we would continue our bullish movement up to 40K and beyond, although it's bimyo, as we say in Japan, where it's not likely. But if we do see a higher low, there's a higher chance of us making a higher high, which would be a bullish, very bullish market structure. And just to answer that quick question about it, the Better Traders Club, oh, look at that forehead. Good grief. Oh boy, staring right at me. The club, you can access it right here from thebettertraders.com. It's awesome. There's tons of stuff, not just awesome posts in the club channel where I'm posting near daily on the market, but there's tons of stuff, including TP2 forecaster stop loss hunting indicators. There is webinars per month. Well, not webinars, they're live streams, and you get tons of stuff. There's sneak peek stuff, and there's even some new cool stuff happening that I can't talk about yet. I have to wait. Even though I'm so excited to share it, I have to wait. So anyway, all right. So let's keep going, okay? I see some of these other questions, and I'll get to them, but I just want to keep going, okay? So let's talk about some other stuff in regards to Bitcoin, and I'm going to go ahead and just hide this for now. Let's just look at the TBO alone, and we're going to go now to a longer, slower time frame. So some excellent things about the TBO. For one, as much as you may not want to believe it, we are still in this open long position from here, from $9,000 May in 2020. So on the weekly time frame, we're still up. It doesn't feel like we're still up, but we are. Another thing that's awesome is that now we have this support right here, and the support started, if I can confirm up here. Yeah, so the support started right here on the 31st of January, the end of last month. So now we have this support line. I'm saying this is awesome because these are typically on longer time frames. They're more dependable, being difficult to break above or below. So that's good. Not saying that it can't happen, but you can see here historically, these support lines, when they're broken, it's like a major event. And here's a resistance line that was very difficult to break above. It took, how long was this? It took almost a year to do that. And then this line took 2 months to break above. Not to mention this one. This is only on the Binance chart, and we're not even looking at the granddaddy chart on Bitstamp. So it's looking good. I like what I'm seeing. That's nice. So other things that are good about the TBO on longer time frames is that while this is starting to curve down, this lower line here in the cloud, this is our TBO slow line, and there is a crossover happening. So this is showing us that ever since the 6th and the 13th of December, things were going bearish. So we're still in the cloud. That's good. And the reason why I say it's good is because as long as we're in the cloud, we're okay. Now, I will not be surprised in the least if we see something like this happen soon, like what happened in 2018. Now, I'm not saying the market structure is going to be the same, but as far as the TBO goes, we have two closed longs, these blue diamonds. We have a red cross down, two closed longs, red cross down. So that means we should be seeing one of these pretty soon. When and if Bitcoin does break below, just think of the TBO like a magnet, because the trending breakout indicator is essentially a collection of moving averages. So the price is either going to have to be magnetized up to these lines at varying lengths and not lengths. Yes, sorry, lengths. Sorry. So one of two things will happen. One is the price will come down or up to meet the line, or two, the line will have to meet the price. And that's what we're seeing now with this green line, which is the fast line. So on the daily time frame, yeah, I know it doesn't look so hot. It doesn't look that great. But So far, we're seeing strength here at 36K. If we were to fall, the next line of support drawn out beautifully by the TBO is obviously 29.5. So 29,500 for Bitcoin. If that were to break again, our next line of support would be 20K. And it's identified here clearly at 19,918. Now, this is like doomsday scenario. I'm not expecting this or planning on it. But if it were to happen in a panic event, and if we were to fall 80% from our top to our bottom, that would actually put us down here at 13K. I hope it doesn't happen. And if it does, that's going to be an incredible buying opportunity, and it will not last for a long time. How do I know it won't last for a long time? Because I was here at the last one. This dip was an incredible opportunity. It did not last a long time. The recovery was slow, but it didn't last. So if that does happen to where we are now, it'll fall, but it'll also recover quickly, just because logistically speaking, if we have a dump and Bitcoin does fall down to 20K, that's a 45% discount. With all of the turmoil happening geopolitically and financially for so many companies, it's obvious that there's going to be lots and lots of buying, if not from the governments themselves. It's just a no-brainer. Okay, I'm spending far too much time here. I saw a couple of questions that I think are good to answer right now. And I see this one from Monsieur Daddy Tyler. So, what to do with red bags? Hot face, hot face. I kind of like how it's not adding the emoji there. I'm not laughing at you, but I'm laughing at that. I mean, that's what I'd be typing into Discord or whatever. So, what to do with red bags? It depends where they are and what you're using. If you're using 3 commas and it's like a DCA bot, you should have some emergency funds on the side that haven't been used for anything. And what I teach in the course, which I probably shouldn't say right now, I'm going to say it anyway, is that the best thing you can do is you want to focus on bailing out one deal at a time. Not all of them. Focus on one deal. Identify the deal that has the most erratic movements and recoveries. Let me show you what that one would look like. I've noticed that Litecoin has been really erratic in its bounces. This is the daily chart. If I turn off the TBO Pro and even volume, this is ridiculous. The fact that it just shoots up 100% and here it shoots up 50% and here it shoots up. So if you have a bag of Litecoin that you've been holding, and yes, it has been on a downtrend. It has been on a consistent downtrend ever since 2018, where it's down 87%. But you have so many opportunities, even being down 70%, there's a recovery. Being down here at 86%, which matches up with this support line, it bounces up and recovers. You could get out of that. You can with DCA. So if you're not using a DCA bot, you're using Smart Trade, you can do the same thing with the Add Funds button, but either way, you still need to have funds available in order to do it. Now, if you don't, and you're feeling bearish on the market, the next best thing to do would be to take a loss or to set up a short bot, and you just have to watch it like a hawk because you want to make sure that the short bot is off if we have a bullish recovery, because short bot sells and rebuys, sells at a high price and rebuys at a lower price. To be honest, sometimes it's easier, in my opinion, when I have had these moments. I have to manage my mental state before making a decision. And to be honest, I never listened to anybody else's advice. I always just worked off of my own to figure out what I was comfortable with. So you're also asking me. I don't know you personally, so you want to figure out what's best for you, but I'm laying out some options. And one of them is to just take a loss or to wait. I mean, those are easy things to say out loud, but it's hard to stomach. I know. So the beautiful thing about crypto, and we're seeing here on this chart, and I'm actually going to switch it to the, I mean, crypto is incredibly forgiving, where we've had Litecoin at $300 falls down to $23, recovers completely. That's a long time to wait. It's an incredibly long time to wait. But you've had so many chances here to recover your position. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's definitely things that you can do. Okay. So let me talk a little bit about the Better Crypto Scanner. So over here on Discord, in my public Discord server, which the link for this is in the description of this video, there is, when you join, rather, you're going to have to verify, and you have to use the Wigbot to do it. If you're having problems joining because of the Wigbot, you're going to be put into a quarantine. This is just the service that we're using, which is awesome to help keep the server safe. So that way there's less chance of people getting spammed and tricked and stuff like that. So anyway, once you pass that, then you're going to come down here to the Better Crypto Scanner alerts. So here in Scanner Updates, this is rad. So this is notifying people, or notifying you, when different exchanges add trading pairs. So today at 2:01 a.m., Alice was added to Coinbase Pro. Something that's really interesting about this is that, here we go, no data here. So it's interesting because, sorry, and I was looking over here. So we're looking at Alice on Coinbase. Nothing's here. They don't have any trading data for this yet, which is really interesting. So if you've ever wanted an edge to find coins that are going to be listed before they're even available on the exchange, this is where to do it. And the reason why this is cool is because typically a lot of these pairs will pump. So I found here it is. It's interesting. Today at 9:55 a.m., Alice pumped, specifically on KuCoin. And I'm looking at now these alerts. So these are all alerts showing trading pairs that have a spread, meaning the measurement of the low and the high in the last 24-hour period that's greater than 20%, or if it's greater than 30, then it has a bang bang emoji. So this one right here, all you have to do is click spread at, and then we go to our browser. Here we go. So here we go. This is the listing event right here. Isn't that crazy? So we have our listing event at, what time was it? It was 2 a.m. So here it is, 1:30 and then 2 a.m., which matches up with the announcement that we saw. And there are pumps. So this is crazy. And it just had another pump. This is how it works, guys. So use the free tools available to you to find charts that are pumping. Of course, you can use the scanner and you can find charts on KuCoin, on the Ethereum market that are pumping like crazy, and we can look only for Ethereum market pairs greater than 20% spread, high versus low, and we only want to see the top 5. So now we're looking at the biggest movers in the last rolling 24-hour period. Charts like this, I can tell you right now, avoid, run away, do not touch charts like this. If this chart is a double-digit chart, I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but this is ridiculous. This is so low volume that it's scary. Charts like this are a nightmare, a literal nightmare to trade. Symbols alone from the TBO. Do not bother with any token or any chart that has a value that just has too many zeros with it. Just do yourself a favor, unless you're ready to step up your trading game and learn how to trade barcode charts like that. But I do not recommend it. So let's go ahead and take a look at another one like Udo. Wow, this one looks great. This is a great little chart right here. So this is the fun part about using this scanner. It's like I don't have a way for me to I don't have time, honestly, to go through and look at all the movers on KuCoin. I would much rather use this scanner. And the best part is that up here in the URL, I can save this as a bookmark. And by saving it as a bookmark, I can say these are KuCoin movers greater than 20%. Save it to my bookmarks. Done. And there we go, KuCoin movers. So that means that I can share this link with people. And I can also, every 30 minutes when this scanner updates, I can click this and it's going to show me all new pairs, maybe, depending. So the reason why we are offering these alerts now on Discord is because it's a little bit, and again, you're getting so much Japanese exposure in today's live stream, not just crypto trading anymore. I need to get out like a harmonica and flashcards and Play-Doh, and we can do a lot of learning. Sorry. So the Better Crypto Scanner is awesome. And yes, you can bookmarks scanner settings and share them with people and even refresh on a daily basis, but it's just a little bit much to keep going back to website. And the easiest way for us to notify you all of when new trading pairs have some volatile moves as recorded by the scanner is through Discord. So I made a little video about this recently. It's good grief. I think it's my last video right here. Scanner alerts on Discord. Right here. So if you go to videos, it's the last one. This explains it in way more detail, but I'll just go ahead and show you now that it's awesome. So now we're able to let you guys know when there are volatile pairs. Now you'll see a lot of these LVT on FTX. I bet you we're going to see a lot of these LVT. So these are all leverage tokens. Leverage tokens have built-in leverage into them, like 3x leverage, whether it's a long or a short. You want to be careful with these, especially holding them long-term. That's a bad idea. They're just for short-term trades. And you're going to see a lot of these notifications. And if these are bothering you, I bet you that we could create a filter to exclude these as well. But let the people speak. I mean, you guys want something? Let me know. You can let me know after you join the server. So you will also see, where is it? Right here. No. Where is it? Oh, it's up here in scanner updates. Sometimes we're going to see new pairs added like this. So this is a futures contract on FTX that has an expiration date. So these are temporary trading pairs that will be removed pretty much within 1 or 2 days. So like here, like Gala 5 times leverage. Maybe there's a 5 times short leverage. Yeah. So you're going to see these added, but you're also going to see these futures contracts up here. So just to explain a couple of these that may be like, wait, what? What is this stuff? But the gold is finding out, oh, look, Binance US just launched or just offered ANT, which I think is, I want to say, I forget that ticker. Aragon. Yep. So if we go to the browser, we can see on the faster time frame, on a 30-minute time frame, this was added on the 17th on Binance US. There wasn't a real big pump, but there was a little bit of a pump. Just a little one. So if I go to ANT USDT, then I should see Binance US here. It started on the 17th. Well, really, see, this is the thing. So it shows up here, but the time is very different, which is great. So you're going to get an early warning to this. Okay, let me go ahead and just pop through the chat here just to see if there's anything else that I can answer real quick, because I got to wrap up the live stream. It's going a little bit too long. I have a lot of stuff to do today. I like you guys, but today's a crazy day. So, Satronaut asks, he went through all the Quick Finger Luke videos, all super old. Just wondering what happened to him. Couldn't find any more recent posts. I think he's still trading, but I believe that he just walked away from his YouTube channel. He's not posting any more content. I will say that I'm not anywhere near his level of like awesomeness. I think he's a fantastic trader, but there is definite pressure to put out content, to do live streams. It's all fun, but if you're just a one-man team running it, it is so exhausting. I've been running this YouTube channel since February 2018, and this is not a sub story, because this is fun. This is a passion project. And it's turned into now like my life, which is crazy. Talking to a camera, sitting on top of a monitor with a mic in my face and stuff. But I like this stuff. So it's not for everybody. He's a great teacher as far as his base breaking strategy goes. And his videos are really interesting. But yeah, I don't know what happened. So I don't know. Got another question from Solar. What if we just want to access the chat room Discord server? Well, you can still click the link down below in the description of this video where it's like a bit.ly link. That's the easiest way for me to update that invite link so it doesn't expire. And if it does, I don't have to do all this crazy stuff like I've done before. So anyway, so that's the link that you'll use. You'll go to Discord, and in Discord, you will be prompted by the Wikbot, hit verify, do a CAPTCHA, and then you should be good. And if you're having problems, you can reach out to support there. Let's see. Just reading through comments and stuff. Have I used Bookmap before? I've never heard of it. So you can drop a link for that down below, or maybe as a comment to the video, so that way I can check it out. Or if you're already on my Discord server, if you could leave a comment in the general chat channel, that would be great. So yeah, I think that's all I think I'm going to tackle for today. So just to recap, Bitcoin has a lot of work to do if it's going to, I love talking about it too. Okay, how many of you are like sports fanatics and you talk about my team or our team where you don't even have a jersey for that team, but it's my team, right? So Bitcoin, if we are going to see it become bullish, 40K has to be broken and crushed. Given the current geopolitical and financial turmoil that we are in the middle of, it's going to be difficult. Therefore, we're probably going to stay in a bear market. If we break 30K, then the next stop would be 23K and then 20K. Long term, we've had dumps like this before. Long term, all of those dumps have recovered like crazy percentages over, hundreds of percent over. If you are going to be trading in this market, which is a fantastic market to make gains, the biggest thing to remember right now is that since we're in a bear market, it's important for you to make sure that you are managing your risk well and that you are taking care to protect your account, taking precautions to protect your account at all costs. I talk about that here in the Better Traders Journal, all shiny and golden, because it's a golden rule. Just protect your portfolio at all costs. And because we're in a bear market, it means you need to change the way that you've been trading before. So take profits early, be more selective, always use a stop loss, irregardless, bull, bear market, all that stuff. So I hope that you guys have a great week and look forward to an announcement coming out today-ish, I think, of a more formal public announcement about the Better Traders and our courses, which I'm excited to share with you. So that'll be coming today. And until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.